Yeah, let's go. What's happening?
Live and direct, rock with me, and big the time, go, all flow, period, okay, what they doing over here, I'm over here with, out in these streets with, been out in these streets with, live in the streets with, real in the streets with, so sit back and relax. Check out this intro, it's still gonna be starting in a minute. Come check me out, just, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what you feel about the show, food to the show, and all that, you know what I'm saying? Just whatever I am about it. Everybody, I'm back on the block, back on the block. Hey,
What's going on? What's happening? I'm back out of here, you know what I'm saying? Back on the show, trying to, get it in. But I wanted to speak on the situation that T.I. had with his son, King. Because I've been in a couple of similar situations there with my motherfucking kids, too. And as a son, I've been in situations with that, with my parents. My father, my stepfather, and my mother. So I'm gonna share that experience, with y'all too. But the situation with King, you gotta understand, he in the limelight, that brother, he a star, he a rapper, he on the ground, trying to get his street cred. And your parents, and you doing that in front of your parents like, nigga, you ain't cut like that. We really from the trenches, so you know how that go. And by him being who he is, he gotta stand up on business. He gotta stand up on his street cred or whatever he's standing up on. So, I've been in similar situations like that throughout my life and shit like that. And the thing about the whole scenario is, like, your parents always, most, I ain't gonna say always, but most of the time, they got your best interest. They got your best interest, But when they see you capping, they gonna, especially you doing it on the ground, then they gonna try to pull you up. And I could say, think about an incident whereas I got into it with my stepfather, it was an incident where he told me, like, when I got out of school, he needed my help because we had a landscape business. I was out here cutting grass and shit, chopping down trees, mowing lawns while the kids was in school, getting out of school and playing. I had to go work, at a young age, 8, 7 years old, picking up paper, I had to go do that, make money. But anyway, he told me, okay, meanwhile, I was a teenager at this time. He was like, okay, I really need you today. So when you get out of school, come home, because, we got a big job. He had a big job. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever, But when I got to school, I hooked up with my homies. And they was like, okay, man, look, man, we about to skip school. We got some drink, and we got some girls, and we about to go to woo-woo house, and we about to do this, and that, and the other. So I'm like, cool, even though my stepfather told me, like, look, I need you today. But that was out the door at that time, especially when I got that drink up in, That's like the first time I ever drank Nikolai vodka. I mean, it was over. So we go over my boy's house. His parents gone. We drinking. We got some breezes over there. We having fun, doing a little party. Meanwhile, time just going. School didn't let out. We still doing our thing. So we leave his house because his parents come home. We go to the park. We just hanging. So I didn't get to the house later that night. I wasn't trying to go. I was intoxicated, so I was not trying to go home intoxicated, especially being around my parents, because I know I would have got beat down. But I finally did go home. It was later that night. As soon as I get in the house, boom, stepfather. He put it on me. Nah, he put it on me. He was like, did I tell you I needed you? Woo, woo, woo. I was like, I said something because I was still intoxicated. It wasn't nothing smart. I was trying to make an excuse. So he was like, he put hands on me. He put hands on me right there. He gave me some body blows. He hit me a couple of times, boom, boom, boom. Folded me up. I ate it, went, laid my ass down, went to sleep. You know what I'm saying? The next day, I was there waiting on him because that's he put the hands on me, and he ain't never put hands on me like that. You know what I'm saying? He never really physically put his hands on me, and especially giving me body blows of that nature, going to the body. I did that in the hood with the homies, but for my father to do it to me, my stepfather to do it to me, it was like, whoa, he was really pissed off at me. And not on top of that, I was punished me, he whipped me, with the leather strap. He put that strap on, back in the days, I know y'all know about that leather strap. Leather belts was big. So you hold your hand out, he give you about 10, 20, you know what I'm saying, with that. And then that, that was awful. You go sit your ass down and go to bed and go to sleep. At the ass, you want to go to sleep, but he used to discipline me on that type of nature. Now, that was the first time and the only time he ever put his hands on me. But I ate it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't hit me in the face. He ain't try to punch me in my jaw or none of that harassment. He just put them hands on me, boom, 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 boom. And I go on and went and laid my ass down because I knew I was in violation. You know what I'm saying? I was in violation because he told me that before I even hooked up with the homies and whatever the situation was, he told me. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that I was in violation because it wasn't like that, I ain't had to go work because I had to go work. You know what I'm saying? That's how I made my ends throughout school. I was working, you feel me? So I'll say that incident, and that's the respect level that I had for him and he had for me. Even though he knew I was intoxicated because I know he smelled the shit up, he never brought that up. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, you drunk and all, he never brought that up. You know what I'm saying? And that's the respect level that we have for each other. You know what I'm saying? I never bucked up at him. I never tried him. It's just like, when I was coming up, he was teaching me, work ethics, how to hustle, how to do things. And you know what I'm saying? I respected that. Even though he was my stepfather. He was in the trenches with me. So he never disrespected me on any type of level like that. So I respected him for that, So that's why I never bucked it up at him. So when he gave me them body blows, I ate it and went to sleep. I went on, sat down, hit that press, like they said in the county, press that bump. When I pressed that bump, lay my ass down somewhere because I was in the wrong. You know what I'm saying? I was in the wrong because he told me before I even hooked up with the homies. I should have took care of my responsibilities. I should have been like, nah, bro, I got something on deck because on reality that was money on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So doing that job, that was money there. You know what I'm saying? So I turned down money, go hang with them to get drunk and mess with some chicks, and there wasn't no money there. You know what I'm saying? It was all, intoxication and fornication, and with no money on the floor. So that was a bad decision on my half, but I was young then, Older, I would have, I would definitely was gonna go get that money. Now, the incident that I had with my biological father was totally different. Me and my biological father, I spent time with him, but it was mainly doing when school was out. I'd go over there sometime during the summer, and it was like that. He wasn't in the trenches like my stepfather was. My stepfather was in trenches. I see him every day. I'm raising with him. My mom's, I'm seeing him every day, but I go over there when I can to see my pops. So he wasn't like in my, my life, in my upbringing, like my stepfather was. You understand what I'm saying? So I say that because of the respect I have for him, because he was there. I ain't saying that I didn't have respect for my pops, but my pops wasn't there every day. I see him like, a month or two, whatever, probably a month out the year. You feel me? So he ain't raised me. So I remember one incident. I was over his house, me and my oldest sister. And one day he came home mad. He was mad. Just came out the shop. He worked at a little shop, metal shop. He came out the shop mad, bouncing around and shit. So he told all of us to come in the living room. I'm already in there sitting down watching TV. So he a little short nigga. Short niggas got them Napoleon complex, they say. He's stocky, So he bouncing around and stuff. I'm like, what's wrong with this thing? He over here bugging, I'm like, So he talking, and I'm in the TV. I'm sitting on a chair, lazy boy chair, and the TV over here. So I'm looking at the TV. I'm a teenager at this time, so I'm looking at the TV like, whatever. So he turned the TV off, and I'm like, oh, he tripping. You know what I'm saying? So I look back over here. Why that nigga, he just went off and just smacked the shit out of me. Hit me all up in my face. The ultimate disrespect. The disrespect of that smack is man don't even smack man. If you smack a man, then it's up. It's like it's gonna be an altercation. It's gonna be an altercation. You ain't gonna just smack nobody. It ain't no altercation. You know what I'm saying? And that's like where I'm from. That's the ultimate disrespect. When a man put his hands on you like that, that's the ultimate disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So he smacked the shit out of me. I'm like, this nigga is tripping. He bugging. Like, the fuck he smacked me for? I'm just looking like, what the, I'm like, you my pops. But why would you hit me? If he would have just put them hands on me like my stepfather did, my stepfather didn't smack me. When I did what I did, when I came in the house, you know what I'm saying? Even though I was drunk, that nigga didn't smack the shit out of me or start hitting me in my face. He gave me body blows. You know what I'm saying? And I respected that. I ate that. I wouldn't set my ass down, But this dude smacked the shit out of me like a little bitch. And I'm sitting here like, it hit me. He smacked me, and I'm thinking, I know he ain't smacked me. And I got on his ass just like that. It was just, man, this nigga smacked me. I'm on him. By me sitting in the lazy boy, I shot for his legs. Because, I'm a wrestler. You know what I'm saying? I used to go to Canusa games back in the day. We used to wrestle Canada and different, countries and stuff like that. So I was avid wrestling throughout my, childhood in the industry fight. So I had some skills. So I was a median on him. I'm shooting at his legs. You know what I'm saying? Because he was short, but he was thick. You know what I'm saying? So I'm shooting at his legs. Because it hit me like that. Because when somebody smack you, it's always going to be a reaction. It was a quick reaction. Even though that's my father, that was out the door when he put his hands in my face. Your mother smack you, but she been doing that shit for years. You know what I'm saying? You in the store fucking around, she'll smack the shit out your ass. You go sit down. You know what I'm saying? My mom been smacking the shit out your ass for years. So your mom smack, you used to that. You accustomed to that smack. You feel me? You were out here playing around, your mama tell you do something, you be like, whatever, pop, she smack the shit out your ass. You go do what the hell she tell you your ass to go do, because you know what I'm saying? Because moms don't play like that. So you can understand that coming from a mother. You know what I'm saying? You can understand that coming from your mother smacking the shit out your ass. You can be like, yeah, mom's tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because moms get on your ass real quick. So anyway, so he smacked me. Now my daddy before that, my daddy used to whip me when I come over here, we act up. He'll put that belt on our ass. Don't get it twisted. He'll whip you, Alabama nigga. He'll get on your ass. But he ain't never physically put his hands on me like that. Just out the blue, just smacked the shit out. He just like, and I was like, man, I just got on him. So I shot his ass. I'm trying to scoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? It happened so goddamn quick. Now, he had me in a headlock, a chokehold with one hand. You know what I'm saying? And, I'm trying to get him, and we struggling. Then I hear my sister say, no, daddy. No, daddy. She crying, no, daddy, don't, no, daddy. And she was standing, like, next to me, and I looked over, like, what the hell is she, And I looked up, and she had both of her hands up like this, holding his hand. And I looked in his hand, he had his buck knife out. Nigga slick as hell. All the time he's struggling, he had me, he slipped in his pocket, grabbed his buck knife, and he was about to come down on me with that buck knife. Probably about to end my whole career. Also for real. You know what I'm saying? One for her. You know what I'm saying? She holding his hands up so he can't come down and get on my ass. He's definitely about to get on me with it. Now, I'm like, oh, he tripping. Like, this nigga out here bugging. I'm like, nigga, I'm your son. You really about to do this? But I'm thinking to myself and analyzing the situation all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you know, he got his daughters here and here. You know, I had my older sister and my two younger sisters there. And he looking at me when he smacked the shit out of me. He thought I was just gonna sit there and just be crying or be on some bitch to fight or some punk to fight shit or some shit like that. And I guess he wasn't expecting me to get on his ass like I got on his ass. He wasn't expecting that, you know what I'm saying? And by me getting on his ass, he probably like, oh shit. You know, I think he underestimated me. Like, oh shit, this nigga got on my ass. He wasn't expecting that. You know what I'm saying? He thought I was gonna sit back and take that motherfucker smack and be on some some crying type shit or just on some submissive shit. Like, I come from a different cloth, and you know that. Like, I've done some things. You know, I was a street fighter. Like I said, we fought in the street, so we'd get on somebody's ass quick in a heartbeat, no problem. Where I'm from, the shit we used to do back in the day is crazy. But I'm just saying, he knew what type of person I was. You know what I'm saying? For him to smack me, I don't know what he was thinking when he done that. So I got on his ass instantly. Like I said, I was a teenager, 15, somewhere around there, on his ass. Boom. So I guess he underestimated me. That's why I never underestimate nobody. I never underestimate nobody. Anybody can put it on you any given day. So you always gotta, you know what I'm saying, your opponents, you gotta look at them for what's face value and be, you know what I'm saying, don't be like, oh, I'm gonna do this. Nah, that's when you'll take a L. So I guess he's like, oh, I'm not about to let this nigga put it on me. Because just think if I would have scooped him up and put them hands on him. You know what I'm saying? And my sisters and them looking, he couldn't live with that. You know, as my father, he couldn't live with that. I scooped him, boom, and just started dropping them hands on him. That's the ultimate disrespect to your pops. The ultimate disrespect. And you just beating on him, and your sisters and them got to get you off of him. He ain't having it. I know the type of person no man is having that. Especially letting his kid whoop on him like that. It's a no-brainer. That's not gonna happen. Now, back to the story. And she holding him, oh, Pop's crying and shit, holding him. And my sister holding me, she thick, you know what I'm saying, she's strong. And she holding him up, like, and I'm like, oh man, they trying to, and she the one got him up off of me. And I was like, oh, and I'm like this shook. I'm definitely shook. Like, this dude is really about to stab me up. Just think about the scenario. If my sisters weren't there, you know what I'm saying? He went and I got on him, and that incident happened. I got on him like that. Now he slid in his pocket, because I told you he was slick about it. I didn't know he went in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? And hit me. Knowing my father and his rage and his temperament, he would have hit me about 2 or 3 times. I probably have been dead on the floor or on the way to the hospital or whatever. But the Most High, put me in that situation, put my sister in that situation for her to protect me in that situation. Because it was just, strictly from the Most High, But the situation is, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, damn, this man, I'm your son. You was really about to do me in. Like, I'm a street guy. Like, I'm a type of, I'm a street guy. You got beef with in the street. You about to really do me bad out here. And I was thinking like, damn. Then I realized, like, that's your father, man. You trying to do him like you do a nigga in the street. You gotta understand that. And then when emotions and tempers get involved in the situation, anything could have popped off. What if he had that gun? What if he had his gun on him? He had guns. What if he had his gun on him? You know what I'm saying? On his belt. She couldn't have stopped that gun. You feel me? What if you were like, nigga, I got something for you. Went back there and got a gun. She couldn't have stopped that gun. You feel me? So I was like, man, it was a blessing. And even though it was a bad situation, it was a blessing. and it taught me a lot. That incident was a prime teaching moment. Don't fuck with your pops. Don't fuck with your father on no type of level. If he in there tripping, take the L. Okay, pops, whatever. Because if you get him to a point where he pissed off, he gonna harm you. I ain't gonna say all fathers will, but the majority of them, they will harm you, especially if y'all get in an altercation. If you put your hands on your pops, or man, he gonna treat you like anybody else on the street. And most fathers is not gonna allow you to their son to beat them up or harm them in any kind of way. Either he'll kill you or he'll put you out of commission, or he'll put you in a situation where you're going to have to live with a scar or something for the rest of your life and think like, damn, my father almost killed me. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of your life. Because that's man's, that's man thing. Shit, that's what man do, you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna that's like a fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's like any situation where a man is in charge and he's bringing up his offspring. He had to establish that dominance. You know what I'm saying? You got to establish that dominance and authority upon his offspring. He has to, because if he doesn't, the offspring ain't gonna respect them. They ain't gonna feel like they can do whatever they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So it's the pecking order, And it could have went drastically. I could have been dead, Thank the Most High. He had blessings over my life. But Pops could have put it on me on that situation. And me and my sister talk about it all the time. You always talk about the situation all the time. And she's like, it took all my strength to hold his hand up. And we laugh about it now, but it was serious though. It was a serious situation. Me, and then he always say, I tried him. Oh, you tried. No, I didn't try. You smacked the shit out of him. I don't know too many mans that's gonna sit around and let another person smack, no matter who it may be. Okay, if it's your mother, I ain't gonna say your mother, but as far as man shit, your father, grandfather, whatever. Uncle, cousin, you smack the shit out of a nigga gonna get on your ass. That's just how it is. Now, if he'd have put them hands on me like my stepfather did, see, my stepfather didn't disrespect. He never disrespected me like that. Like when he disciplined, he gave me, he'd give me the leather strap, put the strap. I had to hold my hand out. He put that leather strap on. I'll take it, eat it, go and sit down somewhere, go to sleep. And that was the first time my stepfather actually put his hands on me. You know what I'm saying? But he gave me all body blows. I ate it. I was in violation. I wouldn't set my ass down. I'm go on, call it a night. Go on, press the bump. Go on, retire for the night. You feel me? But Pops did the utmost disrespectful shit by smacking the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? He could have talked to me about the situation, even though that's probably what he was doing. But he wasn't in a stable mind. He was upset. So I guess, and then the thing, and then it was directed towards me, like he had a problem with me. You know what I'm saying? So the whole situation is, and to this day, I don't even know what the fucking problem was about. All that, everything happened, and I still don't know what the problem was about. I don't know why he was mad. I don't know why he came in the house, look the way he did. Still to this day, all that happened, and still don't know what the problem is. And after my sister got him up off of me, then he's gonna then how type nigga is. Then he's like, come on girls, come on baby, let's go. Then he gonna take the girls off. Then he gonna take my sisters off and get in the car and leave. Like, he a big shot. Like, he's a lame nigga. You was a lame for that nigga. All enough to he straight tried to punk me. You know what I'm saying? Then he gonna take my sisters out and leave and go take them shopping by whatever, man. Man, I'm sitting in the crib looking stupid by myself. Like, this nigga almost killed me. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in there looking stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Teenagers, like, confused, like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I'm saying? And the thing of it, I'm glad it happened. What if I didn't react? What if he smacked me, I didn't even react? What if the nigga just smacked the shit out of my eyes and I just sit there, you know what I'm saying, and just ate it. Then I would have had resentment for him for the rest of my life. See what I'm saying? See how that works? If he just smacked the shit out of me and I would have sat there like, I can't believe you done that, I would have had resentment for him for the rest of my life. So it played out good. You know what I'm saying? It played out good. By me reacting the way I reacted, even though I could have lost my life, even though I could have been in the hospital, even though he could have been in penitentiary for a long time. You know what I'm saying? But it played out good. Because now I don't hold no resentment. You know what I'm saying? It happened. I love my pops. You know what I'm saying? But it happened. And I'm glad I did react like that. Because if you allow people to do things to you, no matter who they are, and then you don't put no consequences behind the things they do, then they feel like they can walk over you any kind of way they want to do. They can just, oh, he ain't gonna do it, he a punk. They'll leave you as a punk. And they feel like they can just do what the fuck ever they want to do without consequences. Sometimes them consequences gonna put you in a situation where you gotta be in a penitentiary for the rest of your life. Sometimes we have to avoid them consequences. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to be in a penitentiary sometimes a person gonna put you in a situation whereas you gotta have to do some harm to them. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the point of the matter is that how you addressed the situation. You didn't have to smack the shit out of me. You could have talked to me, even though, you still could have been patient and still got your point across. And like I say to this day, I still don't know what the hell he was pissed off about in the whole situation, Because it could have went out, like I say, it could have been all bad. When my sister went there, he would have got on me, I'd probably, I wouldn't even been there. And the incident I had with my mom's, I'm working this shit. I think I was like 20, I was in my early 20s, 21, 22, and I'm working. And I'm working all week. It was around the holidays and shit. And I'm working, and I called my mom because I couldn't pick my check up. The check was, it was at a different facility we had to pick up. So I'm calling my mom. I'm like, Moms, can't get my check. Could you go in there and pick my check up for me? Because by the time I get off work, I better go get it. So she's like, okay, I'll go get it. Where I gotta go? Give me the address. Get her the address, situation, everything. So I'm getting off work, go to the crib. Mom, where my check at? What? I took your check. I had to use it. I need a furnace. I needed a hot water heater. Valerie needs some tires for her car. She telling me, I was like, what that got to do with my check? Where's my check? You know what I'm saying? She took my whole entire check. And I was distraught. I was like, what? You took my check? You spent my check? And I'm upset. Oh, I was heated. It was Fridays, around the holidays, and back in the day, I was living check to check. You know what I'm saying? I had to wait a whole nother week to have some, some currency. You know what I'm saying? And I'm tripping. I'm like, well, I ain't, getting in no physical altercation with my mother at that time, never. But I did say some things to her, that got her pissed off. I never used profanity. I was saying things like that, like, what kind of mother are you? Oh, you the worst mother in the world. It's, things of that nature. You need to be in jail. You need to be in penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling the police on you. You know what I'm saying? I'm drilling her like that. Just giving her a whole buffet of shit like that. Just going in on her like that. Like, you ain't, you unworthy. You a thief. I'm saying shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And we arguing this shit back and forth. She took my whole check. I'm not trying to hear shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my mom. I respect her. I love her. I definitely ain't gonna put no hands on her. Definitely ain't gonna call her no, disrespect her, curse at her, say foul shit to her. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm in the basement. I go in the basement. We still arguing back and forth shit. In the meantime, our door open. Our side door was open and shit. The motherfucking door open and shit. And our neighbors next door, they came out on the motherfucking porch and shit. and I'm just going in, and then I said, you not my mother no more. When I said that, the neighbors was like, ooh, he said, yeah, oh man, she heard with the reaction of the neighbors. Oh, she just flipped out on me. Then she came downstairs with a broom and shit, beating me up with the broom. I mean, well, I'm a grown ass man, and I was like, oh, just block this shit, just ate it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm still going in because you took my whole check, not part of it. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing. The whole thing. So I'm just on a whole different vibe. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you how God worked though. So I'm like, leave my check stub. Where my check stub at? Let me check and see if I got paid off, So she left my check stub on the table upstairs. So I go up there, grab the check stub, calculate it. They shorted me 10 hours. OT. Showed him my 10 hours. So I called the company. I'm like, I ain't know. And they're like, okay, we're going to cut you another check. See how God works. Even though she took my whole check, the Most High made another way. He withheld them 10 hours so I can have some currency in my pocket. You feel me? See how God works. That's how God works. He knew she was going to do that. He knew she was going to take that. But he still made it a way for me to have some money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had my check in my pocket, but I was suffice for the week to get back to the next week. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, I had to go through the hardships of being, flat broke. You know what I'm saying? But that was a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Never trust your mother with your check, because she gonna take your check. I'm just saying, that's, mom's gonna take your check. She feel obligated since she birthed you or some shit like that she entitled to your motherfucking money to this day. Your mother can get that money if she can. But I was drilling on her. Oh, you an unfit mother, you thief, you stealing, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at her sideways, it's like the trust level was gone, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't trust you no more. I was saying shit like that and just getting the heat up, but God made a way for me to have some currency. He made a way for me to have some ends, the Most High. Because he knew what she was gonna take, me trusting her, like, I couldn't said nothing. Or she could have just came to me, if she needed that done, she could have just came to me like, look, I need some money, I need furnish, but I don't need tires, I need I'm like, okay, cool. This is what I can do for you. I'll give you a little taste of the check. You ain't getting the whole check. You ain't even getting half of the check. But I can give you a portion of the check, you know what I'm saying? And next week I'll give you another portion of the check. You know what I'm saying? And we could have worked it out on that level. You ain't have to take my whole goddamn check. You know what I'm saying? You ain't have to take the whole check. You know what I'm saying? When you take the whole check, that's like the utmost disrespect. It's like you have no respect for that person. You take their whole check, So, like I said, I was looking sideways after her after that. I was like, but it was just like God made a way for me to have some money. And in that situation, I never asked her to play with that money again. If I couldn't get the money, it just, it just sat there. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to, make my way up there to get it. And did, But that's the situations that, I had with my parents. I love my parents, But, as children, or we have situations with our parents, and you gotta understand, they raised us. They ain't perfect people. By far, they're not perfect. Ain't nobody perfect. We be looking at our parents like they just the most perfect of people. They not perfect people. They human. You gotta understand, most of the time when your kids had you, they were young. Motherfuckers was in their 20s and shit. You know what I'm saying? So they was young. They was in the streets. Real. They was really in the streets. Some of them still in the streets, but I'm just saying, when they had your ass, they was young. So they weren't making good, sound decisions, So you got to understand that. So, and raising up, so they get better as they raise. Some of them, not saying all of them, but some of them get better as the older they get. They be like, I said, they may try to make things right, but you got to understand, your parents is, a human being just like everybody else. So that's how I look at the situation. So with the situation with him, he just trying to get his street, with King, he trying to get his street cred. And T.I., he really come from the trenches. So, he like, no cap, the cap. The same situations that I went through when I was coming up, dealing with my parents. And, like I said, I was in some drastic situations. And I thank the Most High that he was able to guide me and give me understanding of those situations, Because a lot of people been in situations with their parents and they don't understand. And they just in chaos with their parents. Their parents might have did some shit to them and they don't forget their parents or they hold animosity towards their parents. You gotta understand, they were young, man. Your parents was young. They, we got a lot of, everybody went college educated, especially in the black community. Motherfuckers didn't go to college. A lot of them didn't have their parents, a grandmother or grandfather there, so they had to do it off the hip. They did it, they came out the mud with you feel me? They did that shit how they had to do it. So yeah, they did some fucked up shit. Especially if they coming from the inner cities, the hoods, the projects, or whatever the situation is, So you gotta deal with them accordingly. They weren't the best of parents. We can't hold grudges for them. Like you see other parents was the other parents was good to their kids. Their kids is productive, went to college, had good food to eat and all that. You can't compare your parents to somebody else's parents. They did what the hell they needed to do. Your ass still here, Your ass still here. Cause I know a lot of back in the day, a lot of parents was on crack. A lot of motherfuckers, I just know motherfuckers used to sell dope to their moms and shit, shit like that. You gotta thank good if you did. If your mom was on crack, you still here. You still here. You still able to make the best of your motherfucking life, no matter what your situation. What your situation is, you was able to make the best of your motherfucking life, and that's what it's all about. And that's when I look at my kids, and I'm not the parent of the year. I am not the parent of the year, but I'm here. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. You know what I'm saying? When it's time for me to be here, if situations come up, I can only give them what they allow me to give them. You know what I'm saying? My experience, my knowledge, We definitely gonna be some finances, but it is what it is. But we're not perfect people. And I just wanted to share that. You know what I'm saying? I got my channel back up. You know what I'm saying? I've been out away for a while, you know what I'm saying? But I got it back up and popping. So, come check me out, I'm out here, be spitting, game about tales from the hood, shit I ain't been through. I got stories on top of stories, situations on top of situations, and whatever might pop off. So, you know what I'm saying? Check out my channel. You know how it is. Like it and do whatever you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here, back on block, you know what I'm saying? And that's how we doing around here. And another thing, about your parents is they only love your ass to a certain extent. You know what I mean? Parents only love your ass to a certain extent. If you get into it with your parents and they're emotional, just trust and believe, man, it's to a certain level that they're gonna get on your ass. Real. It's a certain level that they're gonna get on your motherfucking ass. You can't just be pushing your kid, your parents' button and think they're gonna be all okie dokie. Especially the younger generation, the youth. Boy, this way y'all be putting y'all parents through some hell. Like the shit, boy. when we was coming up, half of the shit y'all be doing is y'all will be dead. Real talk. Y'all niggas will be MIA if y'all came up in that generation. Shit y'all be doing out here, y'all be MIA. Trust me. This like the situation with my pop, that little situation like that, y'all niggas will definitely be MIA. The shit y'all be doing to y'all parents, trust me, bro. Nowhere in the world y'all be walking around here straight back in my motherfucking situation in our generation. And another thing I wanted to address up on, why y'all women be calling y'all son bitches? I ain't never really understand that shit like that. Why y'all be calling y'all son bitches? You know what I'm saying? I be seeing, especially on the internet, they be looking at videos, they be like, bitch, this. I'm like, why y'all talk to y'all son like that? I never understood that. Don't you love your son? I mean, you hate. Is it a hatred that you have for males, or the disrespect, or you that ratchet, that ghetto? I mean, you can be from the hood or the project and still have morals about yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can still raise productive kids to be successful, but to disrespect your son like that, I mean, that's the utmost disrespect for a mother to talk to her son, bitch, like what? That's just, I mean, that's beyond me. I mean, I don't even got no words for that. I see that happen a lot too. I see that happen a lot. But it is what it is. But I'm back on block though. Red Bitty dying, so I'm back on the block. You know what I'm saying? Go check me out. Back on the block, yo. Peace out.